Yo, we're going live.
And we're live.
And we're live, missing an Adam.
Where the hell is Adam?
Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous.
Dude.
This is fucking ridiculous.
He's not allowed to do that anymore.
He's not allowed. Yeah, he's you know, he's a working boy. I'm cool with that. But
so am I. So are you.
Yeah, but I got off work a while ago.
Yeah.
I got off work 3 hours ago.
That's true.
And so I've just been hanging out.
Look who's decided to show up.
Oh my goodness.
I told you I was going to be like this.
I know.
Did you tell your? Yeah, you said at 7:59 I'm gonna be late.
Yeah. Because that was when I realized I'd be late.
I adjusted your mic to the height that I thought you would say that it would be for you, but
More like Jackson.
yeah.
And now you're sitting out of frame like Jackson does.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's perfect.
I should have brought a Dr. Pepper.
You should have.
Is that?
Is what?
The Iris just jumped in. The door's open a little bit.
Iris, get the
Yes.
fuck out.
My bad.
Sorry, yelling at my cat.
Are you done?
What?
Is this your last episode?
No.
No.
Okay.
You are not privy to the bit.
No, I'm not.
But you have to go along with it.
That's fine.
Try your fucking best.
Try your
Yeah,
best.
Yeah. Try your best to go along with it. Man, it's hot.
It is hot.
Yeah.
It's
and today is like the nicest day it's been in the last week, which
Yeah,
is
what was
sad.
the high was like 101. That was like a
So stupid.
breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 109.
Yeah, I noticed that because
Not great. I mowed my yard yesterday.
Oh fuck. I took a nap yesterday and I woke up just drenched in sweat.
Yep.
And I had to get up and do shit. I'm like, that's just not happening. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to get up and actually do anything right now. But that's fine. It is
It's
what
just
it is.
Texas.
Yeah, it is.
It is worse than normal, but it's
Yeah.
Thanks for the beer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is worse than normal, but it's also like not. I don't know. Like there's just something about like this year right now where it's just like no matter what, I'm just hot. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do.
Because it gets down to 85 at night.
Yeah.
If that.
That's optimistic.
Like through the night.
And that's in my house all the time.
Yeah.
Telling you, like we were saying last week, this fan,
Yeah.
is saving
game
grace.
changer.
Yeah.
Total game
It's
changer.
81 in the house right now.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, you know,
What are you going to do?
sweat.
What are you going to do? It's so quiet.
Morning. Welcome to Don't Beat the Artist. I'm Hagen.
I'm Dave.
Adam.
Today's top stories. We're going to be covering today Beyonce.
And we got... Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. Your
And
turn.
it's about damn time we talked about Lizzo. The truth hurts. Stay tuned.
More at 11. I don't know. What do news anchors say?
You've never seen the news?
Not in the last 10 years, probably.
Oh my goodness.
That's the bit. That's the outfit bit today. Is
I'm so sorry I cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. It's
Beyonce, I was like,
I mean, that does happen on
we
the shows.
we had a lot
Usually
of
it's the
other
weatherman,
stuff to talk
but-
about too.
Yeah.
Like do you remember any other news topics we're talking about?
Ariana Grande is bad.
Okay,
maybe.
hold on, wait. Go ahead.
Ariana Grande is in trouble again for her something
For her cheating on every single person that
that
she
she's dated
dates.
in 12 years. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, look out, Anthony Fantano. That's enough slices. He's in hot water with Activision for that TikTok. More at 11.
See? Yeah. See? More at 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a green screen so we can do weather?
It's hot.
Yeah. I'll just put like
what
a
was it, a
red
couple,
tint
like-
over
A
the.
couple weeks ago, I did see like the weatherman doing like the news for DFW,
Really?
and he got to
McKinney?
McKinney, and the number was like totally fucked up. It was like 1,800. He's like, everybody in McKinney's dead. And
was-
just moved on. Didn't fucking address
It
it.
is the funniest thing in the world. He looks up, he sees that number, and goes, and everyone in McKinney is dead. Moving on.
Yeah, he's like, back to you.
It's like the video of the weather person realizing that it's a touch screen.
Yeah.
It's like, how long has this been this way?
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, we're doing music news today.
How long is that news background music?
Oh,
clip?
it's like 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah, 2.5 minutes.
Okay, I was like, it keeps going. I
it's-
thought it
yeah.
was gonna fade out.
I was deciding if I wanted to do like maybe like some just like beady, 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 something like that. But then I was like, let me just see what royalty free like news music exists.
Yeah.
And that was the first one I found. And
That's
I was
so
like,
good.
This
We're
is
continuing
intense.
our evolution into a morning like zoo show.
Yes.
Ever since you said that last week, I have been constantly thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's all I want now.
I think I said it last week. It's the inevitable like result of any podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also added something new. Now this is only for Adam to get. I think it's gonna be allowed.
Yeah. I need to go through that list of soundboard stuff we had.
I don't know if that's the right yodel either.
I think it is,
But-
but I can find out. I have
Remember
all that.
We told you about the pranks we played, where we played
Yes.
like the sounds
Like
over
a speaker in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And
That's
one of
such a good
them
prank.
was yodels.
Oh,
was,
okay.
was the yodeling, and it was fucking obnoxious, man. The yodeling was
At like 4 a.m.
4 a.m. You're like trying. You have a test in the morning.
I would be
like,
so pissed.
Louder.
Yeah.
I'd be
Loud
so
enough that it
pissed.
was like echoing down the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
probably,
God.
honestly, I never considered this until just now. The people above us probably also hated us
Oh,
because they
for
could
sure.
probably
The
also
roof
hear that
is in the
through
ceiling.
their floor.
There was
yeah.
one. There was one more floor above us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
I can hear
then
that.
there was the roof where we accidentally locked some people on the roof once.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They were on the roof. We went up there to go hang out on the roof. They were like, no, get the fuck out of here, kind of. And we were like, okay, and closed the door and forgot that it latches and you can't unlock it.
That shit's fucking.
So they probably
hilarious.
think you guys did that on purpose.
No, I think one of us called the front desk and was like, there are people on the roof. You might want to go help them.
they were mean to
How
us.
do we
so
know
locked
that?
them
I
up
don't
there.
know. I don't know how we know that.
We just see
We
them
can
from
hear
the street.
them. Yeah.
There's something about being on a roof, though. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially 8 stories up.
Yeah.
Like any time that someone's like, you want to hang out on a rooftop? I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, so funny. Last time I was in New York, the person I was there with, like from Texas, Pablo, friend of the show, Pablo, pops in on the live streams a lot. He was like, we finished the gig we were playing, and he was like, "What are you doing after this?" And I was like, I'm going to like a apartment warming party. What's up? And he's like, "Do you want to find a rooftop?"
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure.
do.
Let's
Yeah.
find a rooftop.
Yeah.
But then we didn't hang out, and I found a rooftop at the party. Sent him a picture like, I found a rooftop.
Found the rooftop.
You did what he said.
I did. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. So we're doing news today, everybody. I have this kind of split up in a couple in 3 different categories, and we can do this however we choose is best for our morale. I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I have good news, concerning news, and bad news. Now, do we want to just go straight down all the good news, concerning, and bad, or do we want to kind of sprinkle it in? What are you guys thinking?
Let's do good news. This is my vote. Good news, concerning news, bad news, good news.
And then there's one more bad news.
Good news, bad news, concerning news, bad news, good news.
Okay.
There you go.
So good, concerning.
So we'll just get to a
Symmetrical.
really
Okay.
depressing halfway mark.
Yeah.
Everybody will stop listening.
It'll be like the Nirvana, the
but if
Kurt
you're a
Cobain
true
episode.
fan, you get to hear the good news at the end.
Yeah.
Good,
Good,
bad,
Good, bad,
concerning,
concerning, bad.
bad, good.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a good song structure.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so
There you go.
we'll start off today with I mentioned Beyonce, and then I was cut off to what the news actually was.
I was so excited for the bit.
We don't have somebody on like the earpieces telling y'all what to do. Like
There's-
I'm not the producer.
There's not a
here.
teleprompter.
I
I could
don't have a
set
little like
one
the
up.
voice to do the producer voice of like
Yeah. You would have a good producer voice.
All right, and go. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
see that? I can't hit that button, so I can't do that.
Eventually, all the 3 of us will have one of those things.
There you
Yeah,
go.
And then we'll
exactly.
all have access
next
to the
to us.
board. Yeah.
Yeah. So Beyonce, very, very interesting good news. I didn't hear about this. Beyonce's tour paid $100,000 to extend the DC Metro hours after the show was rain delayed. So basically, they knew there was going to be inclement weather the night of the Renaissance tour in DC, and they basically just pushed the show back an hour. And to make it, the quote was real funny from like the city. It was, the extended time means the hashtag Bayhive can stay for the party and still get home on the Metro. But super cool thing.
Yeah, that is cool.
$100,000 to extend the Metro, so that way that all the people when they're done with the show can still take the Metro home.
That's nothing for her or whoever.
For any tour, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
that's very true. It's nothing.
You would think it would be more expensive than that.
It's a little depressing to me that that any transit stops, like the whole idea that it does stop, is kind of sucks for people.
Yeah. I think
I know, like New York is basically alone in being still with 24-hour subway service, but
Yeah, I do think that like it's kind of crazy that I agree that it does stop, but then also the fact that it just took $100,000 and then
Yeah.
boom, cool, we'll push it back.
well,
I think the last train ran at
turns
like
out we could fund public transit if we wanted to in this country, but we can't.
if anything. yeah.
More at 11.
Yeah. Well, nice. Nice.
Yeah, if anything, that's one of the takeaways. I think the last train ran at like 1:30 in the morning or something like
Yeah.
that.
After the extension.
Yeah.
You got to think, though, that throughout the night, which train would you rather be on, Album? The 5 o'clock p.m. train or the 5 o'clock a.m. train? Sorry, not even 5 a.m. Let's do 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
You'd rather be on the 3 a.m.
Yeah.
train?
3 a.m.
Definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't ask me. You asked Album, but
Yeah.
I answered.
Well, whoever wants to answer.
3 a.m.
All the times I've been to New York, I like very consciously avoid being on the subway between like 4 and 6:30.
Really?
Because it's just terrible.
So like think
Because
about
it's packed, just like rush hour on
Right,
the
okay.
highway.
Think
Yeah.
about the packedness, and then think about like you're probably thinking like 3 a.m. is like, oh, there's going to be some
Lots of
weird shit. Yeah.
weirdos, yeah.
So there's still weirdos at like 5 p.m.
Yeah, but you can go to a different car.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can go to a different car, and there's also like there's weirdos, and maybe you're like you've realized there's a weirdo while you're surrounded by like traffic in a subway, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I'll take the weirdo no matter what, but I'll have a 3 a.m. weirdo where I could maybe go to a different car,
Yeah.
or maybe I'm just sitting alone in there and he's being weird. I'm like, okay, that's fine. At least I have my space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm wrong.
No.
No, because what I was thinking
Depends
is
on the city, though, too, I guess.
Yeah.
I've
that's
never
true.
seen a train fight in a movie during the daytime.
Man, I thought you were gonna say I've never seen a train.
I've never seen a train.
I've never seen a train fight.
I don't know that I've ever been on a
Transformer.
train.
What?
Really?
I don't think I've ever been on a train.
Holy shit!
I've been on a tram. Does
All
that
right,
count?
So are we
At
going
like
to
an
take Dart
airport?
to go to Dallas tomorrow? And
Oh, I didn't fucking add the explosion yet. Damn it!
I had friends that used to take the Dart to go gig in Dallas. Carry their guitar.
I can't imagine doing that to go to a gig. To go to a show, it's pretty good if you don't live in Denton, because the connection between Denton and Dart is awful. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been on a train.
That's wild.
It is wild.
even that, like an airport,
Well, that's what I said. I've been on like an airport like tram. Does that count?
They're very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I have. Now I don't feel so left out.
We got to take
Good.
you. We got to take you to New York so you can ride the subway.
yeah.
Take me on a Twain.
I'll take you on a Twain. I'll take you to New York. We can go on a Twain.
Go to New York on a Twain.
Did you see the steam train go by a couple months ago?
No.
Were you one of those people?
No.
That's the most boring fucking shit.
It's cool that it exists, but like I wasn't gonna go.
Old
It
watch
was
it.
ass-
such a big deal.
Old ass train goes through Denton. Everyone fucking loses their mind. It's like, everyone stop what you're doing and watch the old steam train.
There was like traffic.
Yeah.
And then people were like, "Did you see the train?" I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Did I see
I
the
see
train?
trains every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I live. You can't live in Denton without living next to a train.
Yeah. And it was just because it was old. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
There's old shit
Like
everywhere.
it belongs in the museum.
Yeah. It shouldn't run anymore. I mean, it's cool that it does, I guess, but that doesn't mean it has to. That's crazy. That's wild. Okay. So bad news.
Okay, here we go.
That's all the Beyonce news was. It's just like small little like that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I guess props to whatever the metro is called in DC. I guess the metro
DC Metro.
for like being cool with like doing that. Well, I just mean like you can't say
You're
like
such an asshole.
no. That's there are some people who'd get mad if you call like the subway something else. Like if you call it
Yeah.
the subway the metro, they're going to lose their shit.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you call it the subway in
Oh,
London, they're going to be like, well, you don't know what you're fucking talking about. It's the underground or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's people like that, but it's cool that they were flexible in doing that.
Yeah.
I think
super
that
cool.
really just shows that like maybe they should just run an hour later all the time. But you know.
Probably like give it more money.
Heather said she's going to take me on the train in Grapevine.
Great. Yeah.
The
That's
one
awesome.
that goes from Grapevine to Fort Worth. Fat.
So the bad news. So the bad news, our first bad news item. This is a little bit of hot goss, but everyone's probably heard the news about Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. So you guys have heard about this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to read about it today.
Okay.
But yeah, I've heard about it now.
Yes. So for those who don't know, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater are both working on the film version of Wicked that they're making. So Wicked is a Broadway show.
Which they split into two parts.
Yeah, which is really
Which
good.
is this is how I found out about that, which
Yeah.
I think is a good call. But
Oh, yeah. That's a
very
really-
surprising.
really
so.
good call.
I'll take your words for it.
It's a really good
I've never
decision.
seen Wicked.
I never have either, but I've heard enough things that lend me to think it would not work as a single movie.
Okay.
If you take Wicked and make it a single, if you take any musical and make it a single movie, musicals are already like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Right.
People complain. I complained about the length of Oppenheimer, which is 3 hours long, and with musicals you get an intermission too. So like take
There's
that.
kind of a natural split at that point too.
Yeah, take that as you will with it. So like you could take any musical, split it into two parts, and boom, you have like yes, it is more that you have to take in, but it's better storytelling than just trying to shove like a 2 hour 45 or 3 hour long musical into an hour or an hour and a half or 2 hours. Yeah. So they are both working on the Wicked movie musical, which I'm still very excited about despite this news. For those who also don't know about Ethan Slater played SpongeBob on Broadway.
Broadway.
Yeah.
And won an award for it. Right?
Yeah. I mean, SpongeBob musical's fine. I'm indifferent about that. That's some shit that's just like they've tried to make musicals about pretty much fucking everything. Like if you guys remember the Spider-Man musical, do you remember this?
Yeah, I remember hearing about this.
Kind of.
It seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, and then they had like a massive like swinging stunt, and the guy like got severely injured. Oh, God. So like it's they try to make a musical for so many things, and then it's just not worth it. So they made a SpongeBob musical, but this was worth it, I guess. People liked it. It's fine. For those who are curious, he
He does. Ian said, dude looks like a living ventriloquist dummy.
I was gonna say he just looks like a theater kid.
he got little tiny teeth. He got little tiny teeth, and
Forgot that you were saying that over the weekend.
and for those who also are curious about the SpongeBob musical, if you look it up and you're like, what the fuck? He's not a fucking sponge?
Yeah,
No.
actually, how does that work?
They don't put them in like the sponge suit. They just make him wear like the clothes that SpongeBob
Yeah,
wears.
that's
he's-
disappointing.
It's a little disappointing, but it's all right. And I believe I keep needing to fact check this. I have a lot of stuff pulled up about this, but I keep forgetting to double check. I believe Ethan Slater was playing a Munchkin in the Wicked musical. So
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Not playing the love interest.
Oh, so he's not like the star of the musical?
certainly not.
He's got baby teeth. He's not.
Well,
He was the star of SpongeBob.
Okay. He's a fucking sponge.
That makes this even
There's no prerequisite.
weirder.
Yeah, so he's not playing like the big love interest of
Okay,
the
yeah,
of the
that's-
movie, which wouldn't even be Ariana Grande's like character's love interest.
Right. I don't know
but
who she's playing either. But
she's playing Glinda, so the good witch. The good witch.
I
Yeah.
do know that, having not seen it.
Have you seen Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
So Wicked is a prequel to Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like
Wicked
basically
Witch.
Yeah.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro.
Wicked Witch of the East, bro. So Glinda is the good witch
Oh, okay.
from the Wizard of Oz.
Gotcha.
And then Elphaba, who's like the
Stupid name.
It was the 1930s
I know.
or whenever it was.
Elphaba is the bad witch, but like the whole the whole plot of Wicked is that we end up like Elphaba is the main character.
Okay.
She's like good.
Yeah.
We root for her the whole time. Anyway, not the point. It's a good backstory, I guess. So
Prequel to the story.
I mean, it is important to note that he's not the star of this thing because I thought
not.
it was like, oh, he's getting a big head because he's the star of
big
Wicked
head,
the movie.
tiny teeth. So Ethan Slater is also was married to his high school sweetheart with a 9-month baby. And it was announced a couple weeks back that Ethan Slater was getting a divorce from his high school sweetheart, who'd been together for like, since high school. So a long
yeah.
time, right?
They've been married for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw they'd been together for at least 10 or 11 years. So.
Yeah. And is getting a divorce and is now dating Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande is also getting a divorce.
Yes.
That's not news, though.
Well, yeah.
Well, we'll get to that part.
No, I just mean
yeah,
on it,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
keeps happening.
The cycle of
Yeah.
Ariana Grande
Yeah.
is something that I will cover shortly. Here's the really important part about this, and this is Ethan Slater's now ex-wife was incredibly shocked by this information. There was nothing leading up to this. In fact, Ariana Grande had liked all of their couple pictures. They gone on double dates together.
Yeah.
There was all of this like kind of couple like shit, like supporting each other. And the big thing, the big quote that I kind of like honestly laughed off at first until it was like kind of explained to me in a better way was that Ethan Slater's now ex-wife refers to Ariana Grande as not a girl's girl. Basically meaning that like Ariana Grande does not care about other women. She only cares about her. She doesn't care about respecting other women, respecting any other women's like boundaries of a
Yeah.
relationship.
This
and
is what
only
she's
cares
saying.
about her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like horribly fucking heartbreaking to watch on that end.
Did she do any video interviews? I didn't look.
No, she told Page 6, which is like a gossip rag.
Yeah.
This was like a quote from them. So real quick, diving into the history of Ariana Grande's cheating, I'll be brief. This article I have does not cover everything also. So her cheating starts like back in like 2013. So her boyfriend at the time, like he cheated on him in 2013. There was like a lengthy twit longer that was basically the guy being like, yes, I was cheated on, so on and so forth. She dates Big Sean. Big Sean was engaged to Naya Rivera, who was on Glee. And in Naya Rivera's book, she says, quote, I walk in, go downstairs, and guess what little girl is sitting cross-legged on the couch listening to music? It rhymes with Shmariana Shmonday.
Oh, God.
I learned out that I was no longer getting married from the internet at the same time as the rest of the world. Not only we were no longer getting married, but apparently we weren't even together anymore because Big Sean was now with Ariana Grande.
Big Sean, little teeth.
Does Big Sean have little teeth?
I don't know.
Probably.
He's got little teeth. Yeah, he's got. It's kind of hard to tell in that picture. But
Looks like he has nice teeth.
He's got nice teeth, maybe a little though.
Yeah,
maybe.
little
Maybe a
bit.
little teeth.
He got little nice teeth.
Yeah, maybe she's got a thing for little teeth. Pete Davidson, big cock, little teeth.
Mac Miller.
Yeah, so the Mac Miller was missing from this, but also involved with cheating stuff
Yeah.
with Mac Miller. She did the same. So Pete Davidson was in a long-term relationship with Cassie David when
Larry David's daughter.
I did not know
Oh,
that.
I did not
Yeah.
know that either. Is
That's
that
wild.
real, or did you just guess that?
No, that's real.
That's crazy. So was in a relationship with Cassie David. Ariana Grande broke them up, similar to what she's doing right here. So not a great look for Ariana Grande. It's not surprising, as everyone seems to know that's just what she does. But yeah, not great.
How do people do that? How do people do that and feel good about it consciously?
I don't think she cares.
So
The thing that gets me is the liking of their posts and like spending time with them. That's just
Yeah.
another level of fucked up.
It definitely feels like levels of like I don't know, not like not like psychoticness, but like sociopathy.
Yeah.
It feels like levels of like just like lack of empathy, like lack of like it's one thing for a celebrity to be like, I don't care what the rest of the world thinks of me. Okay, cool, that's great. Like celebrities have to deal with so much pressure from the outside,
Right.
and then to have like to be able to be like, fuck you, I don't care, I'm gonna live my life. But then to literally just go about ruining people's lives on the
Yeah.
daily. It's crazy to think about being Ethan Slater's like ex-wife, having no idea this is happening. Like you have a baby, he's literally across the world filming a movie with this person. It's like you think that you're all friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
crazy.
Turns out divorce.
Yeah.
But I think didn't she say that they were separated before Ariana Grande and Ethan actually did anything? I think I read something
That's
like that.
always what they say, but that usually isn't the case.
But
So-
no, like his ex-wife said, at least we were separated.
They're
Oh, I didn't see that.
And Ariana Grande's ex-husband said the same thing. Like they were
They're-
separated before those two actually went on dates and stuff.
that totally could be possible. There were pictures of them like holding hands from in June, and this all happened in July. So who knows? Could have just been holding hands.
Yeah.
Could have just been a little bit of that kind of shit.
We've held hands.
We've held hands. We're fucking.
Never held hands with Adam.
I think I've held Adam's hand.
Probably.
Yeah.
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 We need to hold hands.
Okay.
Are you a hugger?
Yeah.
Why don't we hug?
I don't know.
Ugh. I'm finding out so many of my friends are huggers.
Yeah. And this guy.
I'm not gonna like make people hug me though. I'm just like, if you're a hugger, then that's great. I'll do that. But I'm not gonna go up to somebody and be like, give me a hug.
Like old friends, if you haven't
Yeah.
seen them in a while, you
Yeah.
walk up and it's time to hug.
Give me a hug, bastard.
Hagen,
But there
on
are
the
some
other
people
hand,
who are like, don't want it at all.
this guy,
not that
actively not a hugger.
It's not that I
which
don't
is
want
fine.
it.
You don't
at
like being
all.
touched.
I don't like being touched. That's all it comes down to. It's not that I'm like. It's not that I'm like just don't hug me. Period. It's just that I would prefer to not be touched just in general. But that's fine. Like I don't know. Yeah, I felt really bad about that on the weekend on that weekend run.
with the Monroe boys.
Yeah, I felt really bad about that. I was like, oh, I guess this is and the last time I felt bad about it was we were out at a bar and one of our friends was like very huggy that night, and I then had dropped the like kind of slightly like I don't like being hugged, I don't like being touched, and she was like, what the fuck, why not?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
You're not allowed to feel that way.
I guess. Hey, whatever. Okay, concerning news.
Here we go.
I think that's all about the Ariana Grande stuff. I think that's it. I like if the
I
more
would,
that I
yeah, I would just prefer if I hadn't had to hear about this because I just don't care about celebrity drama, which
Yeah.
I know sounds bad because like it's bad for his ex-wife, for example.
yeah.
And it's bad. It's going to be bad for him because
Yeah.
like
He
just,
has now like potentially tanked his entire career.
he tanked his entire maybe his career, and I wasn't thinking that way. What I was thinking is he tanked a long-term relationship he had. He has a kid with this
Yeah.
lady. He tanked it for someone who's notoriously not in long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a podcast I watched that one of the hosts is a ginger and Ethan Slater is a ginger.
Yeah.
And the host was like, this is a win for gingers everywhere, guys.
Oh no, it's not. It's not a win.
It's not a win. This is a bit. This is funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Ariana Grande is it's unfortunate because we would just hope that because she was married and was kind of in this relationship not for a long time but for a
Like
while.
2 years.
That's long for her. That's long for her.
He's making progress. The
Yeah.
next one might be 3.
Yeah. This could be 3 years. This could be 3 months. Who knows?
It is a shame that SNL is not on the air right now because they would be having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Because Pete Davidson was supposed to host right before the writer's strike.
Yeah. Dang.
Ian
That's
said
crazy.
she already said she'd be giving them space to deal with the situation at hand. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
so she's
Ariana
already-
Grande
she's already
is,
done.
is in LA and what's his name? Baby Teeth is in New York.
Yeah, but like giving. I mean, like I don't know what that means from a that's just a PR thing.
Yeah.
But is it like that? That's just like it's one of those things. That's like when we covered the Taylor Swift and Matt Healy thing.
Yeah.
It's like they were. If you looked at reports, they were separated from each other at times, but they were also reported to be together.
Yeah,
So like
exactly.
yeah, sure, she's gonna give him space, but who cares? Like that's not anything.
That's the other thing I forget to think about sometimes is that these celebrities, these high-profile celebrities, have entire teams of people that handle their public image.
Yeah.
and
some of
I
them.
just forget. Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, that's what makes a lot of these things worse. But anyway, we'll get to we'll get to that one later. So concerning news, that's enough slices. Anthony Fantano, actually best teeth in the game. The needle drop. is being sued by Activision. For those who don't know, Activision
Should
is
we say countersued?
yeah, we'll get yeah.
Okay.
So because he didn't actually sue them.
No, he
Yeah.
threatened to.
He tried to charge them. So Anthony Fantano is being sued by Activision, Blizzard. They're the same company. They're just a massive video game company. They're responsible for Call of Duty.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
The one
Yeah.
that Microsoft was trying to buy,
They did.
or they did buy it.
Well, they got permission to.
Oh, well, yeah,
was the-
they're
yeah.
still, they haven't
Yeah,
done that.
yeah,
but
yeah,
So
Microsoft.
giant company.
It'd be the biggest sale in entertainment history. It was
If what?
So basically, like they were trying to I can't remember who it was. It was some court system was trying to block Microsoft
was
buying
the EU,
Activision.
yeah.
Yeah. And it would have been like the deal was like $46 billion or something like that.
I thought it was more than, I thought it was like double that, but
Yeah, it was in the
they're
billions,
a crazy, like,
significant.
valuable company.
Yeah.
Activision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Video
And it-
games are big business.
And it would have
Turns out.
been one of the biggest like buys in entertainment history, and it was trying to get blocked. And then it was.
I think
set-
they announced it like 2 years ago. It's been a long time that it's been like going through
Yeah,
approvals and things.
I know that it was like the beginning of July when they officially said like it's allowed,
Like it's approved and they're doing, yeah.
Man, we can't even fathom that amount of money.
No,
Think
can't
about how long the metro could stay open.
It'd be free for everybody.
Yeah.
But until the end of time.
yeah. So
How many 100,000s are in a billion?
God, fuck. That's
Oh.
are you gonna look that up?
I'm going to look it up.
Ah, that sucks. It's gonna be a really depressing number
Yeah.
because a billion already is hard to fathom.
Right. None of us are going to be
Yeah.
able to understand how
No.
that seems.
Yeah.
So.
There are 10 100,000s and 1 million. So let's look up a billion. This is,
So it's-
I'm not even going to be able to
like
read
a-
this number.
It'd be like 1,000 or 10,000,
Yeah,
100,000s. Yeah. So
10,000, 100,000s.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. That makes sense.
the math checks out.
10. Where's the fucking calculator?
We don't
I don't
have the
even
guy
know.
who works at the calculator store anymore. So
Asshole.
We
we're just doing
need.
math live on air. It's great entertainment.
We're not good at math either.
There's no news producer prepared us for this.
Yeah.
So, a million thousands make a billion. Stay tuned to see how much that actually is.
Thanks for that, Dave.
All right.
How long have I been gone?
Okay, so Anthony Fantano is being sued by Activision Blizzard. Basically, Activision used his really popular TikTok. That's enough slices in an ad. Okay, and Fantano basically reached out and was like, "Hey, you owe me money for this. This is how like you're making a butt ton of money off of my TikTok. You need to give me money now." And Activision basically came back with saying, no. You have let millions and billions of people watch and use your sound for whatever. And now that you see that you could make money off of it, now you're coming at us. We're going to sue you for this. And you're actually going to have to pay the lawyer fees if we win this.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's so crazy.
What's crazy about it?
Is there an aspect of this where you upload something to TikTok and TikTok owns it and they actually licensed it to Activision?
So that's okay. So this is a quote.
Because that would be my assumption, is that's how that happens.
Right.
Well, yeah.
In reliance on TikTok's explicit representation that the quote slices audio was part of its quote commercial sounds library, described as quote sounds that are licensed for commercial use, Activision paired that video with the slices, their video with the slices audio. So basically, like as far as I can tell, when you post something on TikTok, companies can use it for whatever they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing that has kind of always been the case with the internet, going
Yeah.
back to even like MySpace. If you uploaded like a song and you're a band,
Yeah.
technically MySpace had the license for that song.
Right.
He should have reached out and said, hey, can we collaborate?
Right.
Yeah.
Can we turn this into like a
Yeah.
marketing deal?
Because didn't he also say, like, hey, I want you to pay me for this? And if you're not going to, then be prepared to go to court.
Yeah. So here's like a quote from Activision's lawyers. Fantano has embarked on a scheme whereby he selectively threatens to sue certain users of the Slice's audio unless they pay him extortionate amounts of money for their alleged use. This dispute is a textbook example of how intellectual property law can be misused by individuals to leverage unfair cash payments. Fantano was very happy to receive the benefit of the public use of the Slice's video. It was only after he identified a financial opportunity, namely receiving unjustified settlement payments, that he suddenly decided that his consent was limited. The law does not permit, and the court should not countenance such overt gamesmanship.
Oof.
So, like, personally, I think that's super fucked up. Like, that's not how it should work. But if you upload shit to TikTok, people can use it. That's like, there's a little thing that you press.
Yeah, it's a core part of it.
Yeah.
Whereas for like uploading something to Facebook and then Facebook owning it, it's not necessarily a core part that like someone's going to take that and like remix it and reuse it.
Yeah.
Whereas TikTok is like built around that.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot more sense why they do own the IP rights or whatever the correct term is for this.
Well, and here's the thing is that like when you upload on TikTok, you basically press a button that says, I will allow people to stitch and duet this. Or if you want to add it to a sounds library, you have to do that too. So like a lot of times people will upload a video, it'll be a really funny sound, people will comment and go, make this a sound. So then they have to re-upload it and add it to the sounds library that way. So like and the unfortunate reality is like probably somewhere in the terms and conditions, there's something that says this is now like also TikTok's as well as yours. So and who knows what like the percentage of that is. There's a truly we talked about this. I don't want to go too far on this. We talked about this on Friday, Dave. There's a really big conversation in the YouTube and streaming world about React content, and this is really related to this, where basically like a lot of streamers and YouTubers will just pull up other YouTubers' videos and react to it on stream, and then re-upload that video of them reacting to it. And the question is that theft? Is that theft of intellectual property? They uploaded it, and if anything, these giant streamers are giving them exposure, but is that enough? Or are they missing views because of that?
Right.
And that's like, we're in kind of that territory with this lawsuit as well, where it's like, cool. I mean, he was cool with people using it. And
until Activision did it.
And I'm not saying Activision's in the right, but then suddenly there is a shift, rightfully so, as he could make money, and he should make money off of it. It's his content.
There's 100% a bit of bullying going on here. With Activision going, oh, okay, well,
right.
Too bad, so sad. We're gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
And it's dirty.
It's like, like
but
we
it makes
said,
sense.
They're one of the biggest like entertainment companies in the world. They're part of the potential one of the biggest entertainment buyouts in history. And so, yeah, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Super fucking gross. Like you said, Adam, really fucking sad half hour in the middle here.
Yeah. That's just another aspect of like a lot of stuff with technology is depressing recently, because it's like we're seeing how this all happens and how it all works out of like, well, you don't own anything that you've ever have ordered to be printed on a shirt on a website, like on Amazon, for example. If you upload a design to sell your, stuff on shirts and hats and whatever, you don't own that anymore.
Right.
Amazon does.
So, and that's like such an interesting thing too. I don't know if you guys saw, this is something that I thought about talking about in the show when it happened, but I'll just do it briefly. So when Twitter changed to X, there was a really small, like incredibly small musical artist whose logo was that same X. And everybody was like, you need to fucking sue Elon. You need to like go get him, whatever. But that X was not a like image that he could possibly own. It was from, I can't remember what it was called, but some just like generated image.
No, it's just a character in like computers.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a mathematical symbol apparently.
Yeah. So people
Is
were
it from Wingdings?
Yeah.
Not quite.
Sorry, I just wanted to say Wingdings.
It is from Wingdings, yeah.
Yeah.
And so people were like, this guy should go sue because they're using it. And the guy was like, well, I don't actually own this. I just want them to change their logo so then I can still have
so
my
that they
music.
won't be confused for his weird
Yeah.
musical project
Yeah.
that
Well,
nobody knows about.
It was like, so I can, because I don't want to change my logo. Like my career will be ruined. And I'm like, oh man, your career's barely begun, man.
Yeah,
like,
you
have
got, like,
plenty
500
of time.
people.
Maybe you should
Yeah.
change the logo.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that's like a weird thing where like imagine that wasn't like just an already existing character, and it was like actually pretty much this.
I mean,
guy's
that
logo.
happens all the time.
Yeah. It's like cool. This little guy gets fucked then.
But big companies rebrand or they start using a font or a color. Like T-Mobile famously started suing people who were using the color magenta on websites because they were like, we own that color.
Oh my god.
And all these websites were like, what do you mean? We've been using it for 25 years or whatever. And they're like, yeah, but we're bigger than you, so we're going to take you to court, and we're probably going to win. So
Fuck. I hate that. So what did Elon, not to get too far off, but why did Elon change the name?
he's been obsessed with naming something using his domain x.com for something for like 30 years.
Well, like
'Cause
SpaceX.
PayPal was originally x.com.
PayPal, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was gonna have PayPal be X. There's the whole I think you should leave soundbite that's it's from the Driving Crooner, and it's like, I gotta make money off this. I just gotta find the way. I know it's too good. And someone stitched that with like a picture of Elon with like back in like the 90s with X for PayPal. So he's been trying to do that for a long time.
He's been trying to do it for a long time. There's a reason SpaceX is named SpaceX, even though it's Space Exploration Technologies. Their original like acronym was SET, which is stupid. So I understand changing it because SpaceX is a cool name.
Yeah, it is.
But he and then the Tesla has the Model X.
Isn't his fucking kid's name
did
X?
that. One of his kids is named X.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just X.
Yeah.
But everyone's going to call it Twitter.
No, because Twitter's not going to exist anymore. Like
All the-
that
but-
whole social network thing is probably dead within a year.
all
my
the
bet.
all the emails and alerts that I get from it are like X parentheses formerly Twitter.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Just like actually commit to the bit then.
Everyone's going to call it Twitter.
It's a whole weird thing because he's not trying to keep running a social network really. He wants to turn it into an app like kind of like what WeChat is in China.
He also
where it's like
seems-
the everything app. He's
Yeah.
like, you want to do your banking with me, the crazy guy who wants to rebrand Twitter into X, and then sometimes Twitter's not available. Like,
He also seems to try
That's
to
where I
make it
want my
like
money.
like a Patreon system too. Like
yeah, he
all
wants
the-
to do like a content creator kind of thing. He wants to
Yeah.
make a YouTube thing. He just wants to do everything and brand it all as X. The actual like basically what Twitter was is already kind of gone anyway because now the posts are 10,000 characters or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a whole mess.
Wow.
They've also been stealing usernames. Speaking of companies bullying
I did
people.
see that.
They stole @music from somebody.
That was crazy. That was wild. And
Wow.
that music guy did like I can't like the
They didn't even offer him anything.
No.
Because the person who had @X, they were like, we're sorry, we're taking this for the rebranding. Thank you for your loyalty.
Yep.
We will send you an X shirt. Tell us what size you want.
crazy, absolutely wild.
But you don't own it. It's theirs.
Yeah, it's insane. Really, really scary stuff sometimes.
It's concerning. I see why you said it was concerning.
Concerning
It's
news.
concerning.
Well, and like the idea of, since TikTok and intellectual property is like, there is a lot of law for IP, but especially with like internet stuff like TikToks, YouTube videos, live streams, it's really hard to tell who owns what most of the time.
Right.
And it's really up for debate on how that can be used, and so this is setting a pretty dangerous precedent if all of this goes through.
Yeah. Well, and it
So-
also is TikTok like started as a different kind of app. Well, I forget the name of it, but
It was like a lip sync app.
yeah, and that didn't have
Yeah,
anything
Musical.ly.
legal.
It was
and
Musical.ly.
it didn't have any legal music.
Right.
It was all based on using stuff they weren't supposed to be using and hope they didn't get sued. So
Oh,
it's kind of
okay.
like crazy. We're back all the way around now.
Yeah. It's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
More bad news now.
Is this breaking news?
Breaking news is this happened last week. What was the thing you said about Lizzo? It was perfect. Your
it's-
line was great.
It was
Truth hurts.
yeah, truth hurts for Lizzo, and it's about damn time.
Yeah. So I'm sure everybody.
I don't know, some puns.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's heard the Lizzo news. You guys all know about the Lizzo news, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lizzo is facing a lawsuit that is leveling very serious allegations from specifically 3 of her dancers, from her backup dancer.
2 of which were fired and 1 that resigned.
Yes.
Well, and stemming from this, a bunch of other fallout, which
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get to as well.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
not like it's just this. It's a lot of things coming out as like, oh,
Yeah.
Now we know.
So the lawsuit is claiming that Lizzo created a hostile work environment and engaged in sexual harassment. It also includes things about putting these dancers in really not great situations with religion, and also a ton of body shaming, and lots of comments about weight gain, grueling rehearsals. There was even one rehearsal that led one dancer to soil herself.
And then when the dancer, it's funny, but it's not funny. I'm sorry. Fuck.
Fucking cancel.
Where are the cancel?
Oh God! When the singer soiled herself, they gave her transparent underwear, like shorts to wear, with no underwear.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
Also, a 12-hour rehearsal.
No, fuck
Why
yeah,
are they
fuck
doing that? Like, is that really necessary for any world tour? Can't you just
I don't
schedule
think
this
so.
out 1 week earlier and you have twice as much time?
Yeah,
Like,
it's well, and she regularly made them re-audition,
Right.
and if they weren't up to snuff, they were just fired.
Yeah.
yeah, that part sounds more like just how toxic employers are in general.
Yeah.
in the country. Of course, not my employer, but other employers.
Yeah. Well, and like
Not my employer.
No, it's not me. Not mine. Not mine. So more specifically, the lawsuit is targeted at Lizzo, but it's her production company, Big Girl Big Touring Inc., and her dance team captain, Shirlene Quigley. So that's where the lawsuit is going towards. She has already lawyered up, and she has Hollywood lawyer Marty Singer. You guys
Yeah.
know who Marty Singer has
Yes.
represented every guilty motherfucker in the whole
Yeah.
wide
Yeah,
world.
he's got quite a resume.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Did he represent OJ?
No.
No. Sorry. That was sorry.
No, there was like 7 lawyers on that team.
Yeah.
He's not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's represented a lot of people who are like probably in the camp of like, yeah, they're probably guilty.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
kind of thing where like some of these haven't happened yet. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they won't be found guilty, but a lot of them are like, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Well, yeah,
So-
and so when
And
I
that's the lawyer you call when you're in that situation. So it doesn't look good.
before I dove into all the details, and when I was only aware that it was 3 of the dancers are suing Lizzo, and then I saw that 2 of them were fired and 1 resigned, I was like, this sounds like they're just trying to ruin her image, because I
Sure.
didn't look into it.
Yeah.
So like Adam alluded
Well,
to
going into
before,
that, like what is her image for people who don't know? Because
well, yeah,
Yeah.
if you're somehow unaware, she's done so much for the Black female community and the like heavier set women.
and just general like inclusivity,
Inclusivity
as
and
a
body
message.
positivity.
Yeah,
That's
so
her big message.
This is like from an NPR interview, I think, from this morning, and I really liked what this person, what was her name, Molly McPherson, had to say about it. They basically bring up that there's like hypocrisy in all of this, right?
Very unfortunate.
And the interviewer says, and what hypocrisy is that? Lay it out. And McPherson says, well, in this case, Lizzo is a very relatable brand. I mean, she built an entire brand on body positivity, accepting differences in people. Her fans bought into this brand, and when people feel that they have been had, they will let their artists know they're not pleased with it. So basically, like the concept, like the whole thing is like the whole, like the message that she has pushed forever and ever and ever. The big one is body positivity. Is like 1,000,000% like everybody is beautiful the way they are, and so much in like pushed it so much in the way that like the people like the Ben Shapiro's of the world fucking hate Lizzo because
Right.
of that. And so like
and people were making jokes about this lawsuit and being like, oh, was she like mad that they were too skinny or something? Because that's the logical joke that some
Right.
people will go
Right.
to if they know her image and
Yeah.
there are people suing her. It's like, ha, isn't that funny? And it's like, no, actually, she's a hypocrite.
Jesus fucking, it sucks though, dude. It really sucks.
Yeah, it's incredibly heartbreaking. It's incredibly heartbreaking because it is hypocritical because she stood for something, and then whore. That's bad.
It's a news blooper.
It's on the teleprompter.
Yeah, I was trying to pull up my teleprompter.
He'll read anything.
Her message, first of all, was an Instagram post, and second of all, reads horribly. So
Yeah, this has to be like really high up on the list of bad quote unquote apologies.
yeah. So I'll maybe skip around. It's pretty long, but I also feel like it's important to get the whole context. So also interrupt me if you guys have anything to say while I'm reading it, please.
Well, I was. Yeah. No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. So She says, these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. Why is Marty Singer, this fucking great lawyer supposedly, like, not like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, I mean, did you see all the Johnny Depp stuff? He also didn't. Shut up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I do have to question. She said unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the allegations against her are unbelievable because it's fucked up.
It's fucked up. One of
That
which
doesn't mean you didn't. I don't know.
Well, one of
It's
which
frustrating
was
for that.
when they were in Amsterdam on tour, they went to a nude sex show.
Oh, yeah.
Where this one lady had bananas peeping out of her vagina, and Lizzo made one of the dancers take a bite of the banana.
Yeah.
And she's like, this is unbelievable. It's crazy. But then someone reposted a clip of her on a morning news show where she was like, oh yeah, we went to the banana place and like we did it.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's one of those things that sounds unbelievable. It came up on a different podcast I listened to actually, where the guy is
she
from
admitted it though.
the guy is from there, from Amsterdam,
Yeah.
and he's like, yeah, that's a place everybody knows about it. They tried to like file to be a church in the 90s or something as like religious exemptions, and he's like, that's a place that like you tell people if you're going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird place. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have some culture shock if you're coming from the U.S. especially.
Yeah.
For
Especially if you're there with your boss, because keep in
Yeah.
mind that these people work for her.
Yep.
And the dancer was like, I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
Right.
And then they basically forced her to do
No, and
it.
even
Yeah.
if they hadn't said anything, it's the implicit part about like you're somewhere with your boss, you can't say no, I don't want to do that because you might not get hired on the
Put
tour
in a
again.
really uncomfortable situation in every single possible
abuse
way.
of power.
Yeah, exactly. So she continues. She says, these sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. As an artist, I have always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. But like you're doing all like here's the other thing too, is that like people who maybe are still part of the team, people who have been around it have all said like, yeah, this all happened.
Yeah.
Like take the lawsuit out of it. People who have been around it have confirmed these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a director that was going to do her
documentary,
documentary,
yeah.
and 2 weeks into it was like, my gut is telling me to run, like get the hell out of here, because it was so toxic.
Yeah. She says, I am not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I am very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I am not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time. Like,
Even if she wasn't the one involved with the body shaming, it's her like employees who are running that team or however that works.
the lead dancer,
Right.
yeah,
It's still your problem. You're
Yeah.
in charge of your tour.
yeah,
And if you're
Yeah.
not, then your manager is or somebody is. Like, throw them under the bus. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, somewhere
her
along
being
the
so
line.
defensive is like, yeah, you are involved in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not taking accountability
Yeah.
for.
Or you've
like-
heard about it and you're like, that's funny. Like,
So I did see some person say like, "Hey, I've been involved in that camp, and one of the people that is suing her right now was showing up regularly wasted to rehearsals."
sure,
And so it's like, I forget her name, but it's she's an actress, Jamil. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Jamila,
Jaleel or something like that.
yeah.
Anyway, she kind of said she just posted hearts on Lizzo's post, and then people started going after her like really bad, and she was like, okay, well, now I have to say something. She was like, I'm just saying, like, we still need to show people that there's love in the world, and we shouldn't be so quick to just like intensely try and ruin someone's life. And she was like, until we hear all like both sides of the story and what everything really is and let the courts deal with it, everybody involved should be shown love.
But you know what's crazy is that like if we're gonna wait for the courts to do
interesting
anything,
take.
then shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
like
don't say anything.
Because here's like one of the big things. I'm gonna bring up the probably one of the most triggering like things in people of the last year, which is Andrew Tate.
Yes.
And everybody has decided whether or not Andrew Tate is guilty or not guilty. And then if you really talk to them, like, well, let's see what the courts decide. I'm like, then why are you talking about it?
Right.
And
Yeah.
also the people who are like pro Andrew Tate are like, well, there's no evidence. I'm like, why the fuck do you think they would show evidence? That's crazy.
I mean, they don't just upload it onto YouTube and
Yeah, I don't know. Absolutely wild.
Spoon's Misadventures said, "Why is your channel logo Nazi colors?"
it's also Coca-Cola colors.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my defense.
Coca-Cola
Yeah.
can sue us.
Yeah.
Hitler can't on account of the fact
No,
that
I
he's
wasn't
dead.
thinking about that part. But
Oh,
the white stripe. Jack White has a good quote about that. Actually, it's like red, white, and black are the only colors that matter for branding.
Yeah,
And he's like Coca-Cola and the Nazis. There you go. Like that's the whole
oh,
list.
there you go.
nice.
I'd
There
have to
you
go find it, but Jack White's kind of gone off the deep end recently too. So
Hey,
I did not see that one coming.
Hey, Jack White said it.
Yeah. Did you get my pun?
Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
address it.
So, as far as other people who are supporting Lizzo, Grimes, notable, not great person.
Yeah. She was saying like when
She has
neither
good
of
character
us.
judge.
Yeah. She was like when neither of us were famous, she was still checking in on me, and
Yeah.
even when she got really famous, she had nothing to gain from checking in on me and making sure I was okay.
Yeah.
She kept
There's a
doing
lot of rich people who want us to feel bad for them.
it. Yeah, exactly.
That's like a common thing over the last like couple of years.
Yeah. So the like Grimes' whole thing aside from that was like I've had dancers being mistreated like in my watch in ways I didn't find out about until later. I'm like, that sentence is confusing.
Yeah.
Because dancers were being mistreated on your watch and
Yeah.
then you didn't find out about it until later. So were you really watching? One, and two, you're still responsible for that.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that you're suddenly not responsible for that, especially when like Lizzo owns her production company.
Yeah. If you want to be the boss of that, it's a company.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be the boss of this, you have to deal with the problems that you don't
be
know
the
about.
boss.
Like it's not like pick your famous like CEO who's going to be like, well, I didn't know about that. I didn't know we were lying about financials. It's
Yeah.
like that doesn't matter, man. Like you're still going to jail. Like that's how
Yep.
that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't just get a pass because you're ambitious.
Yeah, saying you didn't know about it either is not a great defense.
It's just the hypocrisy of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's so
Well, it's not-
stunning.
a lot of people are digging up like other things that she's said that have been offensive.
Like the Chris Hemsworth thing
Chris Evans, yeah.
or Chris Evans. They're
Yeah.
the same. They're all the same.
They're not the same.
I think that's cancel bucks.
Bastard. They're not the
But
same.
it's all a lot of stuff where it's like, yeah, okay, you can see a pattern here of her being hypocritical about things.
Her open sexuality
Well,
is
yeah,
just
it's
sexual
like-
harassment.
Right.
advances.
It's yeah, I'm saying it's like, oh yeah, it's just me being open about it. It's like, well, but you're crossing the line for a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's directed at them. Like
yeah.
that's where that stops.
Yeah, it's a massive L for Lizzo and for everyone's like kind of like view of Lizzo on the outside, which is a really big bummer because like you said, Dave, like she was just
Yeah, it was
such,
all really positive. And
yeah,
She was a beacon of light.
such an important like person for body positivity and for so many things, and just to see that happen, like people who were fans of Lizzo are like actually heartbroken by this.
Yeah.
It's like, how real was any of this?
Hopefully the takeaway is that whatever happens with the case is whatever happens with the case. But anyone who was ever inspired by Lizzo understands that what inspiration they got from her is still true.
Yeah,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
all still true.
Well, and you can still live by that.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks.
Sucks.
I don't know, the takeaway for this and the other bad story, or really all the bad stories, is just that like it seems like there's a common thing about you have to be like kind of a sociopath to be a CEO of a company because you have to have like
Yeah.
no disregard for other people because you're going to lay them off or fire them or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of that extends to being famous. You have to have no disregard for other people, and you get caught up in a bubble if you have a bunch of people telling you like, yeah, there's no problems. But that doesn't mean it's not your fault. Like,
Yeah.
it's not your problem still. So.
And it's crazy to think about like the fact that like you said, like celebrities want us to feel bad for them,
Yeah.
which is such like an annoying thing whenever I see celebrities like post about that kind of shit. It's like you're fine. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
sure that your life is hard.
if everybody knows your name, you're set.
yeah, I'm sure
You
you're-
can go retire. You will probably be fine.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure that there are a lot of challenges in your life, but like if you're a celebrity that's accused of something, like let's say your logos are Nazi colors, and you're accused of something like that, it's like what do you do? Do you turn around and like like do we turn around and go to this like Spoon's Misadventures and say like,
Also,
well,
great name.
yeah,
great
yeah,
name.
yeah. Just be like, well, I've never had such an unbelievable amount of disrespect in my life. It's such a Karen fucking move. It's
Yeah.
such like it's immediate defensiveness, and there's no chance that like you can really rebuild yourself up from that
Right.
kind of thing,
Yeah.
right? And the other thing too, because we talked about Beyonce at the top. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Beyonce and Lizzo have a song together on, I believe, on Renaissance. And then the day that this all like broke, every single night on tour, Beyonce had been saying this song was with Lizzo. As soon as the news like came out, stopped mentioning Lizzo's name.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, real smart.
She
Real
probably
fucking
knows if
smart.
there are problems on her tour.
Well, so here's another thing is that you can see from the, I forget which tour it was, but that tour that Beyonce turned into like a documentary. I think it was the Coachella performance. I think.
Yeah.
You can see that she is very much like in control of everything
Yeah.
as the owner of the production of
Yeah.
her own production company.
I think the other thing too that's super sad is that like obviously like the mistreatment of the dancers is horrible, but specifically mistreating dancers about body positivity is
Yeah.
like a really horrible thing. That's
Yeah.
like there's like such a deep history of that in the dance world, and that like seeing that in real life.
Well, in the context too of it
Yeah.
being from Lizzo is just super fucked.
Yeah,
Did we get canceled?
maybe we got canceled. I don't know what that is.
Is it because we
Google
said
moderators came up and said their logo is Nazi colors.
Oh, it could have been because we said Nazi.
Is that a thing?
It could have been.
Well, this is awkward because
Well.
the audio is still recording.
Audio listeners get to hear us say whatever we want forever. 'Cause
Yeah.
Well, it picked back up.
Okay, we're good. We're back.
Live. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened to the live stream, but the audio
all good.
listeners got it. So for whatever you missed, go listen to the whole episode
To find that 1 minute.
on your audio
it's
podcast
very
to hear
important.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, I don't know how long that was out.
I don't know how long I was out either. I guess
How long was I out?
I'm pretty sure saying that word isn't the reason why, but now I'm curious.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, our good news. Are we good?
Yeah.
Good.
That just sucks.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
sucks. It just
Maybe
fucking
we'll
sucks.
update.
Yeah. So I think that is something that we'll with all the lawsuits, with the Lizzo lawsuit, the Fantano lawsuit. I think we'll just keep it updating, and we'll keep talking about it as it's going on.
Yeah, they're
Like we did with Britney's.
Yeah.
they're interesting for different reasons, not like a good reason, but
Yeah. Well, the Fantano one is a dangerous precedent that could
Yeah.
be being set, and the Lizzo thing is like, it's really you say that's an interesting take that the person said that was like, wait till all the information is out. And I
Yeah.
think that's a really true thing for any single like court case that exists in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
It is really, really important to wait for all the information to come out. You are obviously welcome, like we are doing, to come up with our own conclusions now. But as new information does come out, we could change our minds. It's probably unlikely, but
and again, like I think I said earlier, like where there's smoke, there's fire. Like,
exactly, yeah, and like
there's
pulling
a
up,
lot of comments about her not being a great boss or not being a great
Right.
person in general with lots of the comments about people.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could totally see this being true,
Yeah.
which is the bad part of it. But
yeah,
you're a public figure. People are going to have those opinions about you. So
right. So
Good news.
good news, and then we'll talk about what we're listening to. So Taylor Swift gave $100,000 bonuses to about 50 truck drivers who worked on the Eras tour. This is fucking sane.
Yep.
Like that has never that doesn't happen. Now, before I talk about the rest of the bonuses she gave, I do want to do a slight breakdown of how much money this tour has made as of June.
okay, hold on. What was the number for
What for the truck
the
drivers?
dollar amount and how many people?
$100,000.
$100,000,
But across 50 people.
50 people, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's $2,000 bonus
No, they got $100,000 each.
each. Okay.
$100,000 each.
That's important because
Yeah.
I was about to say
Yeah.
they
Well,
made a lot of money on this tour.
The trucking company, the guy that runs it, was interviewed, and he was like, "We've worked with big artists. We have
has never
gotten
happened.
we've had gotten bonuses
Yeah,
of
yeah,
like
yeah.
$1,000.
That's what I was
$2,000.
assuming. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
$2,000 would be like a normal bonus for like
Even
a successful
10,000.
tour.
yeah.
No, this is $100,000 each.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so as of June, the tour already has made $300 million. A trade publication for the live music industry. That's what they said at the time. More than 1.1 million tickets had been sold. An average price of $253. I thought it was going to be a higher average price. But that's still is high.
Yeah.
I would say it's good it's that low, which sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that means some people got actually reasonably priced tickets.
Exactly. Forbes estimated that Swift herself grossed $110 million from the first 22 performances of the tour. The publication projected that Eras could gross $1.6 billion. Last month, the Federal Reserve credited the tour for boosting tourism in Philadelphia. And this is just this is completely changing the economy of touring. Is this Taylor
Yeah.
Swift tour? It's wild.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
actually having trickle down.
it makes sense. though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it does make sense though, because there's a lot of people who couldn't go see a show either where they live because it sold out,
Yeah.
or because they weren't going by where they live. And people were like planning trips to like go to like Pittsburgh of all places. Like I love Pittsburgh, it's great, but like you don't go there on purpose.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
You
Yeah.
go
there
there
for a
because you're
reason.
supposed to be there
Yeah.
for something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But people had like 2 nights there, right? Like
Yeah. I mean, like
that's crazy.
It's absolutely wild. So then it was confirmed that she has given over $55 million to everyone in the crew, dancers, like of bonuses.
Yeah.
So that means dancers, riggers, sound techs, catering, everything. So she has, and think of all the money we just said, $55 million, not that much, but like people don't do that.
Yeah.
Like
No, they
that doesn't happen in the touring industry.
Well, this is a smart business move, which she's also known for doing.
This is true.
Because this means that if she wants to go on tour again for a giant national tour like this, she has all these people who worked on it before who are going to be very happy to do it again.
Yeah.
Even if they don't get a bonus again, it'll be like, well, I had a great time and you respected us. Like, I will happily do that.
That's how you get repeat like tours and
Yeah.
and crews going. Like the Foo Fighters have had the same crew
Yeah.
for a long time.
Because they
Yeah.
rather like quietly but famously pay them well.
yeah,
Yeah.
and take care of them
Yeah.
really well.
Because they also, like you think about it, they don't tour all year, every year.
No.
Those people don't have to do any other work. They
Yeah.
make the money they need for an entire year all at once on
Yeah.
their tour.
Yeah.
And so this tour is about to go to like Europe and
They
like,
added
South
they
America.
added dates to like Canada and like a bunch of
Yeah.
shit. It's this tour has been it has truly been incredible. Like, there's I've watched a lot of like the influencers and people on Instagram that I follow go to the shows. I've watched like a lot of like friends that I know go to like the Dallas shows and all that kind of shit. I mean, it is the scope is just so big.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't get it.
Me
But,
neither. But
But that's not the point.
yeah, it's far from the point.
The only reason I don't get it is like some of the videos I'm like, oh yeah, she's doing this song, but like but I know that like the visuals are huge, the dances
that
are huge,
stage dive thing into the
everything.
water
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really ambitious tour compared to a lot of
Yeah.
other national tours, which are like we go play a city in one day and then we leave.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's very
This
very
is
true.
very much a return to like you go to a city and you play lots of dates.
It's a performance as well. It's not
Yeah.
not just let's get up and sing songs.
right. It's 3 hours or whatever too.
Yeah.
So there's also
Yeah.
that.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's insane, and like there's a lot of there's a lot of like TikTok's accounts that are dedicated to like catching videos of each night of the same moments and comparing her voice each night and kind of analyzing that. And she sounds good pretty much every single night. It's
Wow.
wild. I wonder how much vocal rest she takes. It's insane.
I know someone like Harry Styles is like when he's not singing, he's basically on vocal rest when he's
Yep.
on tour.
That's it's like a musical theater Broadway opera move as well.
Yeah.
For anyone who does like who's on Broadway, they really can't talk during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you and the hardest thing is that like you hear stories from like some really big celebrities who end up on Broadway doing performances, and then like their friends all come to the Saturday night show and then they all go out drinking afterwards, and then Sunday's the fucking matinee and they're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I'm gonna sing.
Or they just have to miss those those moments. But what the truck guy that was doing that slow down, Dave. The guy that was interviewed that owned the trucking
Was that the
company.
producer?
Yeah. He said that, a lot of people might say, like, it's not that much money for how much money she's been making. But he was quick to point out that, like, this is life-changing for a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only sad part of the happy news, is that he said, for some people, they don't own a home, and this could provide an opportunity for them to put a down payment on a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine getting $100,000 and going, there's a down payment for a fucking house.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really
Shit's
good
so
down payment.
expensive. It's a really good down payment.
It's a really good down payment.
What? Anyway. Stuff's too expensive. Taylor Swift is a good person.
Taylor Swift is good. Is like you
Well, and
said.
I think the business like side of it too. The people
Yeah.
who are managing the tour with her are obviously good because they probably also, I would hope, wanted to do this, and it wasn't
Yeah.
just her. So it's like you just surround yourself and hire good employees and like run the business you want to run.
Yeah.
She's in the position to be able to hire anybody she wants to and have them do it the way she wants to.
And
Right.
not to mention that, like, she doesn't have to do that. And these truck drivers that work for this or anyone on
Right. I
that crew
assume they're
can
already
say,
being paid pretty well.
yeah, they can say I was part of the most successful tour.
Yeah.
So that's on their resume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
that's very
I
true.
actually know somebody who was one of the lighting designers for the tour here
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Wow.
And he said it was like that alone was like the reason to take the gig is like because I can go tell people I worked on that.
Yeah.
And that will get me 20 gigs,
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
which like you don't want to be paid in exposure. But also, if you can get exposure and paid well, it's
There's
pretty good
different
deal.
kinds of exposure. Like this.
Well, it's not
the
like they
Super
weren't
Bowl
paying
is an
people,
exposure
right.
gig. I would
Yeah.
do that gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely exposure gigs that make sense, but like when you're talking about like smaller
Not at, like,
smaller
your local
exposure
mall.
gigs, that sucks.
Right.
But like a big exposure gig, that makes sense.
Right.
That
And you're still
makes
being
sense.
paid for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So I think that the we hadn't done news in a while, and there was a lot to fucking cover, and I'm glad we covered this today.
I'm glad we got it out of our system.
Yeah.
Because we had another topic.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, clearly news is going to win.
Well, and you know, like luckily this topic isn't one that needs to be tomorrow. It's the topics. A lot of topics we have are just ones we can hit back another time. So
Stuff them in our back pocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the bananas.
Send it back to the writers.
Send it back to the writers.
So many like the gossip.
Sorry, I guess we're supposed to be on strike if we're writers.
that's right.
Yeah.
So
Look
many
at
of
me.
so many of the gossip channels that I follow were like, bananas are fucking canceled now. Seriously.
This shit is bananas.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's a video.
So what are we listening to?
I would go first because I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Yeah, I realized
Whoa.
on the way over here, I was like, I haven't listened to anything this week.
Who is he? He's
I
got
revisited
That's unfortunate.
the Idols album Crawl.
Yeah.
It's really good. And that's it. Or Crawler. I misspoke. Oh, no, I did. I listened to Rewind by Hotel Eden. That,
Oh, yeah.
what was their name? CJ?
Yeah.
From Friday stream suggested.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Our ex-host Jackson suggested this album Doom Singer by Chris Farron. It is awesome. It is a really fun indie rock, indie pop album. I think that like the things about it are like, you know, catchy melody, all that good shit, but like the production and the sounds that are on this album are awesome. So really catchy album, Doom Singer by Chris Farron. Highly check it out. Highly suggest checking it out. There we go. That's a sentence.
Highly check it out.
Highly check it out.
Yeah, you know, the guy who wrote all this in the teleprompter is an asshole. So.
Anybody got anything else?
Nope.
All right. So promo, or plug, whichever one. So on September 1st, this is a while away, but I'm talking about it now. September 1st, my band Matthew and the Arrogant Sea is releasing our album, our brand new album, and we're playing an album release show at the Kessler Theater. I'm going to be talking about this every week until then.
That's so cool.
I'm very excited to do it. If you're in the DFW area, we would love for you to come to this show. I'll even go as far as to say, if you come up to me at the show and say, I watch or listen to Don't Feed the Artist, I can maybe get you some free merch. So
Ooh.
that's the merch looks awesome.
Can Album and I do that?
No.
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 Damn it.
I mean, I already have a shirt.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's true.
I'm showing you the new shirts now, so you can get another shirt.
Ooh. Oh, that is fucking cool.
Yeah. So
Holy cow.
September 1st at the Kessler, Matthew and the Arrogant Sea album release. We're also playing with Danny and the Diamonds and Fantastic Boom. It'll be a great time. So come hang out with us. I'm going to take us out of here. This has been Don't Be the Artist. Don't Be the Artist News. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like the stream, like the video, all those things help us out so much. It is, after all, free. If you're on social media, make sure to find us. Don't Be the Artist on TikTok and DFTA Podcast on Instagram. Hagen's been working up a lot of clips he's ready to post. Go follow so you can watch all those clips and give those likes as well. If you have any feedback for us, make sure to email us at thenews@don'tfeedtheartist.com. I think that's it. Oh, and also follow and subscribe if you're listening on the audio to all of the things. Everything I just said.
Yeah, you know what that means.
Yeah, you know what that
got
means.
it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you got it. I got it. This has been Don't Feed the Artist News. Thank you, and good night.
See you next week.
keeps getting